We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
What is going on in the world? It's Drerawka, Isolation20 Podcast, number 80. For real this time. I think last time I said it was 80, but it was actually 79. Who's counting? Me, I guess so. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you're having a great day. Hopefully you're having the day you deserve. Low key, it's been a week, a past couple weeks, to be honest with you. Wifey and the kids decided they wanted to get sick. Out of nowhere. Just, hey, we're sick, Dad. I'm like, oh, man. Here we go. And the weird thing about this sickness is that it's not like, it wasn't like a common cold. It was like, and it kind of bugged me out because they're like, yo, we got a new strand of COVID out there. This one's crazy. And as soon as I heard the little coughs from my kids, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Sniffles, runny nose, congestion. But here's the crazy thing. They had mucus coming out of the eye. Gooey. Ooh, it was bad. Caked on. My poor baby, because she couldn't open her eye. She couldn't open her eye without mom and dad's help. So, yeah, it was kind of crazy for a minute. But that illness, we went. My wife, she took the kids over to primaries, and the hospital was like, yeah, this is something that we're seeing where this virus is making the discharge come from the eye. And if you have a baby, my youngest is 2 years old. She's about to be 3 in November. They don't want you to touch them when they're sick. They don't want you to help blow their nose, to suck their boogers out, clean their eyes, nothing. So try doing that with a 2 and a 4-year-old. It's horrible. And it's all like, anytime you have kids that are sick, just assume that like the whole family's going to get sick. Knock on wood. Hopefully I don't. But I've been good so far. I've been dodging it. I think it's all the emergency and all the government cheese I ate when I was a kid. That government cheese came in handy. You know what I mean? The cheese that just said cheese on it. Didn't have no label and something. It just said cheese. That's it. They dropped it off on our front porch. That's what we ate that. I feel like that was like the cure to any sickness. It was eating that cheese and eating the mystery meat that you didn't know was meat. It just said meat on it. Protein. It just said meat in a can. No label. Nothing. You take it, you peel it back. We're having ham. Oh, there's chicken. Except it was ground chicken. It wasn't even like full chicken on a bone or anything. It was just like ground up chicken. You had to figure it out. Thank goodness they made Chicken Helper back in the 90s. They had this thing called Chicken Helper. They had the hamburger helper, but then they had the chicken helper. And that's what we made. We made Chicken Helper with the mystery meat. It was awesome. But kids are doing better. Kids are finally back to feeling energized and running around the house and driving their mom nuts. My oldest, Tavian, he had his last week of school last week, but he was sick. So he missed all of last week. He missed I think it was 2 days from the week before. And then he missed the final week of school. Yeah, no field day. None of that. Thank goodness he got all his testing done. He got all the important stuff out the way. Last week of school is kind of like the fun day, right? The field day, the sign my shirt, sign the yearbook. Well, they don't do yearbooks in elementary school. But, all that fun stuff. Getting all the last minute phone numbers and stuff for the summer. The sad thing about it is, and my son, he didn't really care, but he's switching schools, right? So this was his last year in this new or in this old school. He'll start at his new school in August. So kind of a bummer, but I don't think he really cared. He's like, I ain't gonna see these people next year anyway. And the people that I do see, I'll see at my new school. So I get it. I mean, he was sick, but he wasn't heartbroken. I told him, I said, didn't you want to? Here's the crazy thing. Now, all right. My son tells me about 2 weeks until the end of school year. He was like, Dad, guess what? I was like, what? He's like, the fire department's going to come to my school with a fire truck and they're going to spray us all with a hose. I said, son, they did that back in the 60s. It was not a good thing. Just make sure there's no German shepherds around. Just make sure. He said, what do you mean, Dad? I said, I'll tell you when you're older. Kind of crazy, right? Back in the day, folks was, fighting for equal rights, fighting for injustice, right? Rodney King, and they were getting blown away with fire hoses. Now they're doing it for fun in schools. Like, yo, go run in that big field. We got you. Sergeant Murtaugh, he's gonna crank on the fire hose. He's gonna spray you guys. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna get all wet. It's gonna be fun. Then grandma comes and picks up their kid. It's like, what? We're having flashbacks. Flashbacks. She ends up peeing herself because she was, flashbacks, scared. Horrible. But hey, what kids don't know, they'll learn later. And then they'll probably be like, oh man, they did that to me in school. Yeah, not the same thing. But I'm happy the kids are back to being normal, back to being healthy and good. I'm super excited for this summer too, because we just went and picked up our basketball. Yeah, I mean, I had a basketball. I don't know what happened to it. We probably lost it in a move or something. But finally picked up a new basketball, so we'll play some hoops during during the day, during summer, and then go and jump in the pool afterwards, whatnot. Did anybody shower before you jump into the pool? Remember that was a thing? They're like, we want you to shower off before you jump into this chlorine infested pool. It's like, why would I go shower and then jump into the chemicals? Like, the chemicals are gonna eat all these germs up anyway. Like, let me just jump in filthy. Let me go run a mile, play basketball, play on all the dirt, and then jump into the pool, right? Plus, there's people peeing in it already. We've already said peeing in the pool's okay. Just do it kind of isolated. And then it'll work its way through the chemicals and it'll be fine. So why were we always washing ourselves off before we jump into a pool? I don't know. It's weird. I used to live in this apartment complex called Hunter's Ridge. No, it was called Kenneth Allen. It was the other complex that I lived in. Kenneth Allen Apartments in Southeast Portland. Cora Drive. Glendale. Stand up. Gladstone. It was Gladstone Street. And right off of Cora Drive. And they had this outdoor shower. It was actually pretty dope. It was all Jimmy rigged. Shout out to Bill. He Jimmy rigged this shower, right? And you pull it down and you get all, you shower off, right? And I know people that would not even use that thing until after they get out. They would wash off all the chemicals and then go into their house. I'm like, that's not what it was for, but it's what we all did. We all did it. There was a couple people that actually took real showers and they even jumped in the pool, just took real showers right there. I think their water was cut off or something. It was a whole thing back in the 90s. It was a whole thing. If you have not checked out the latest episode of Unrestricted, make sure you go check that out. It was with Angel and my man Fonzie, G Poppy Funk, the Late Talk 801. They came by. We chopped it up. We talked. We laughed. A lot of good reception on that episode. So thank you for watching it. If you did not, go check it out. And again, I'm sorry I didn't get an isolation out last week, but I also was busy, had sick kids, had a sick wife. And that's the thing about having a wife that is so self-determined and feels like she has to do everything. She doesn't take time to just rest. She don't just take time to just kick it. Like, she's sick. I'm like, why don't you go lay in the bed? I'm okay. I'm gonna sit. You're sitting in the front room coughing. I'm like, come on, just go lay in the bed. That's where the humidifier is at. Go lay in the bedroom. You got all the Netflix. You got all the YouTube TV. You got all the Hulu. Go start one of your crime shows on Discovery Plus. I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to just chill out here just being sick. But she is determined to be hard-headed and not listen. It is what it is. They don't listen. Hard-headed women, they don't listen. So that's why there wasn't an episode last week. I was just making sure that I was around the family. Like, if anything happened, if any of the kids had a fever or anything like that, thank goodness, thank God, whatever, they didn't get a fever. I mean, hopefully they still don't. But that was kind of like the last thing that we would see, because we've seen the nausea, we've seen everything else, but the fever. So thank goodness we didn't see that. Definitely go check out that Unrestricted. Thank you to everybody that took a look at the latest project called Hip Hop 50 or HH50, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. If you did not know, hip hop is turning 50 this year in August. And it's crazy to think that this culture that was embedded and created and birth from the Bronx, right? New York. To see that this thing was birthed 50 years ago, which isn't that long ago, and we are consumers of this culture. We are consumers of this beautiful thing that was just blossomed out of nowhere. To see it turn 50, to see the stories behind people that have within the culture, right? Within graph, within b-boying, within DJing, within MCing, right? All fashion, all these different elements of hip hop. To see where it has started and where it's at today, I got inspired to see what members of my community, what stories they have, right? What influenced them to get into hip hop? What birthed their interest in the hip hop? Some of it's early, some of it's new, some of it is by artists that I've never even heard of before, right? And some of the stories and things that I've been hearing is just like incredible. So it's just my way to show some appreciation to hip hop, to the culture, to the people that came before us, to the people that are carrying the torch now. Hip hop to me it's a way of life. It's that culture. It's not press and play. Hip hop. If you have an idea that hip hop is just press and play, if you have an idea that hip hop is just Tupac and Biggie, if you have an idea that hip hop is just Get Rich or Die Trying or 8 Mile, you have a lot to learn. You have a whole Bible of hip hop to study on, and I'm still studying because hip hop is a feeling. Hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is something that even subconsciously, unconsciously, you are raised by. At least in my story, it is. You know what I mean? The first hip hop, the song that made me fall in love with hip hop was from a legendary group called De La Soul, and the song was called Break of Dawn. Now, of course, I've heard of many other songs in hip hop and seen fashion way before Break of Dawn, way before De La Soul, right? The first hip hop record that I've actually learned was White Lines, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, Melly Mel, right? That was the first hip hop song I learned word for word. And it was a long one, right? And it was really the first anti-drug song. But the song that made me fall in love with hip hop was Break of Dawn. The bass melody that starts on that song is incredible. Plug 1, plug 2, it's just crazy what they say. Like the lyrics that they give. At first, I didn't really even hear the lyrics. I heard the rhythm, right? And then once I heard a 1 2, a 1 2, it was over. It was over. That's what made me be like, oh, like this element of hip hop I want to learn more about, right? And then that's when I learned about Tribe and Common and Mos Def and Talib and Jay-Z and Biggie and Ice Cube and all these other artists. And it really, in listening to their stories and the records that they put out, I slowly realized that like the stories they're telling, some of the stories that they're telling, I'm living. Right? I'm living. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And so to pay homage to 50 years of hip hop in this young culture that we are still birthing, we're still burping, we are still introducing other people to. I wanted to pay that respect, and I wanted to give the opportunity and share the opportunity with others to tell their stories, right? So one of the producers on it is DJ Will Wonder. You are familiar with my brother Will Wonder, and the reason why I told Will Wonder about this and I wanted to bring Wonder onto it and have him kind of take the interview spot and give me notes on editing and stuff like that is because he has been paying homage for 50 years since the beginning of the year on his podcast, the Will Wonder Podcast, right? So for somebody that has been doing it and doing it so well, his podcast, the way he writes out the message that he's delivering that week with showing respect and love to hip hop, it's just unmatched. You know what I mean? He's done a really good job at it. So having him come on, and it made sense, and I'm glad that he said yes, right? Because I know he's a busy guy, but I also realize how important it is to have somebody that appreciates the culture in so many ways and shapes. I learned so much about hip hop from him. It's unreal. You know what I mean? And of course, he's older than me. He's been cultured in hip hop longer than me because he obviously was born before me. You know what I mean? But having him on as an executive producer on this project has been incredible. Looney got the tunes. The funny thing about Looney got the tunes, so he is a producer here in Utah, and he's a worker. It's hard to find people that work. Now, it might sound crazy, and it's no disrespect to anybody out there that puts in work, but Looney got the tune, and other producers, I'm sure you work really hard. Looney got the tunes he has put in so much work. I mean, he's putting in a lot of work that I see, and it's on my radar. So I'm like, how can I get involved? How can I implement Looney got the tunes more? How can I work with him more? Well, bring him in as an executive musical producer. All the music on this project he has produced, from the intro to the music beds, throughout the project. He produced the whole thing. And that's what makes this a Utah original. You might be seeing the hashtag Utah original. That's for content like this, where the producers are all Utah born. The interviewer is a Utah born person. And most of the interviewees are from Utah or live in Utah. And on top of that, the musical producer is from Utah as well. That makes it a Utah original. If you see hashtag Utah original, you know what it is. So, yeah, if you have not checked out Hip Hop 50, go check it out. I have plans on throwing some merch on there. And I don't want this to end at just in August. I don't want it to just end in August. I want to continue this Hip Hop 50 thing for as long as we can do it. You know what I mean? So you'll be seeing other people from around the community, actors, musical video directors, movie producers, athletes, all come through, give their story on hip hop, what influenced them, and all the other questions that we come up with for Hip Hop 50. Go check it out. It's on the YouTube channel. The same way that you're watching this right now, YouTube gang, you'll see it underneath the channel or underneath a playlist called Hip Hop 50. So definitely check that out. Merch coming soon to allrock.com. We'll put some Hip Hop 50 shirts up on there. And yeah, if you want to be a part of it, or if you want to let your voice be heard, reach out to me. You can always leave a voice note as well. 385-240-4666 is the number. Go check that out, man. Will Wonder, he was the first guest on it, and he absolutely slaughtered it. You get to learn a little bit about what influenced him to be DJing, and if hip-hop had a cake, if hip-hop had its birthday cake, we're singing happy birthday to hip-hop, and we hand them this cake. Will Wonder is handing them this cake. This is the kind of cake, this is what would represent that. He answers that question. It's really dope. So go check that out. Hot 97, the originators of Summer Jam. A lot of times these other cities, they do Summer Jam, right? Hot 97 is the originator of Summer Jam. They are the ones that did it back in 90, I want to say 92, 94. One of the two, something like that. And they brought it back. You know, this was a big one. I think it was held in Long Island, I believe. And, you know, before, a lot of people were kind of like, what are they doing, right? Because the artists, to some people, weren't sellable, right? But to me, it only made sense. Cardi B, French Montana, Lola Brooke, Ice Spice, Corla Ray are just some of them. Annalise Choppa. Like, there was a lot of others that made appearances on Summer Jam. And Summer Jam hip hop historically has just been a staple. A lot of events have happened. We've had a lot of hip hop moments on Hot 97 on Summer Jam, right? So this is a big deal to hip hop. You know what I mean? And to see it sell out, congrats, New York. Congrats. Y'all deserve it. I reached out to my folks over there at Hot 97. I was just like, yo, congratulations. P.O., I reached out to P.O. He was like, yo, thanks, Dre. I was like, yo, you hiring or was I just played. I didn't ask him if he's hiring. But if Hot 97 said, yo, Dre, come out to New York. We want you to do a Sunday shift or, you know, whatever. I'm there. Broadway Media is no competition. It's a different state. But I'm there. You know what I mean? Just because it's history. You know what I mean? I talked to Cypher a lot, and Cypher, you know, he was a big part in the Hot 97, and the stories that we've talked about is just like, it's just cool. You know what I mean? It's like one of those historical type of gigs. I think it would be cool. You know what I mean? Plus, a lot of the staff up there is very talented. You know what I mean? So it'd be cool to learn from guys that inspired me to even get into podcasting and radio in general, like Ebro from the Playhouse. Like, a lot of people don't realize that back in the early 90s, well, not early 90s, late 90s, like 98, 99, Ebro was in Portland, and he was a part of a radio show. He was kind of like the stunt jock, I guess you would say. Whatever, you know what I mean? One of those, I don't know what you would call it. Back in the 90s, they used to have these like stunt guys that would go out and do stunts, right? Pranks and whatnot. And that was Ebro for the PK, for the Playhouse. You know what I mean? And guys like him, PK, Dorian, Naveen, Sony, Scooter, like these guys are the ones that really inspired me to get into this. At the time, it was radio, but now in the digital age that we live in, it's the media space. The YouTube channel that I started back in 2005, they inspired that. You know what I mean? Because at one point I wasn't getting no energy from the radio station. Now I'm on radio. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I love it. But I created my own opportunities with this digital space back in 2005 when I started my YouTube channel. Back in 2005 when I started doing interviews. Like I was podcasting back then, vlogging back in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2009. Now it was sporadic. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't consistent. And that's one thing I wish I would have done, is been more consistent. But hey, it happens. It is what it is. But being able to learn from guys like Ebro, I think would be dope. So, man, if they ever called, I would definitely I would entertain it. That would never happen, though. I guess never say never, right? You never know. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what companies are looking for. But Cardi, some notes I have from Summer Jam, from what I've seen online, right? You can stream the concert online. You can go to hot97.com. I'm sure you can stream it. But Cardi B, she brought out Lotto and Glorilla. That was dope. A lot of energy she brought. French Montana brought out Remy Ma to do All the Way Up again. I get it. It's a good, you know, it's a good record. Plus French, Remy, New York. I'm sure the energy was crazy. I would have loved to see it. I don't think Fat Joe made an appearance though, but if he did, I missed it. Lola Brooke was embraced by Tiana Taylor. That was beautiful. Tiana Taylor gave her so much love when she was backstage. I thought that was dope because Lola Brooke, she is one of my favorite women, one of my favorite artists right now. Like her flow is aggressive and in your face, and all these women are. Right, Cardi B's the same way. Lotto's the same way. Glorilla's the same way. And so is Ice Spice. Right, she took the stage, blew it up, and of course, Coi Leray. To me, just being a bystander online, looking at clips and looking at performances, I'm like, Coi Leray probably had the best performance just from what I've seen. Which probably is not even. I mean, it could be true, but Coi Leray's performance was so much energy. And she has the big record with Player, right? Players is just out of here. And she just did her thing. And that new Bop record, oh my gosh. Woo! Heat. Women are running hip hop right now, and I love it. I love where it's at. Keep doing your thing. We just need we need that woman producer. We need that woman producer to just go off, right? Like that, the woman Timberland, the woman Swizz, the woman London, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we need that. So ladies, if you are a producer out there, give us some heat. Give us some heat. And locally, here in Utah, I was talking to Wonder. I was like, yo, well, actually, he was like, yo, do you know any, like, what's the women doing in hip hop out here? I was like, dog, like, I don't know if I'm just blind or what, but I don't know any woman that is just in tune with the culture, like in tune with hip hop, has an opinion on certain things within the culture. I haven't seen it. So if you know anybody within our community here in Utah, tag me, send me a link, let me know, because That's something that I want to keep uplifting. I mean, is those type of voices. So let me know. All right. NBA finals are underway. The Heat and Nuggets. I called this early in the playoffs. Nuggets go up 1-0. Do a really good job against the Heat. Go off in Denver. The Heat, game 2. Punch Denver in the face first quarter. It was looking nasty for a minute. And then Denver battles back. And then the Heat battle back. And then Denver battles back. And it's fun. Joker is going crazy. Joker's going nuts on the court. Next thing you know, the Heat said, yo, we're still in one. We're still in one. And that's what they did. They came back and won. They tied it up. Series tied right now. 1-1. At the time of this recording, it's 1-1. They'll be going to the Miami on Wednesday, playing on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. I'm still pulling for Denver to win the finals. But I'm not mad at the Heat either. Like I'm tied up right now. Like when the Heat go on a run, I'm like, yo, go. This is fun. When Denver goes on a run, I'm like, yo, go. They're killing it. Looking great. So I'm okay with whoever wins. I personally got Denver winning just because I'm a West Side boy. So I'm gonna go with the Western Conference. Plus Joker, I feel like Joker. Not to say he deserves it more than anybody else, but I feel like Joker played his ass off this season. He deserved the MVP. As of right now, he probably deserves Finals MVP. Jamal Murray might say something different, but hey, we'll see what happens. Jamal Murray's something different, yo. He is different. That dude is, he went off. When he's on, when he's streaking, pause, like he is going. And that's the thing about this finals is that, and NBA in general, these teams, they'll have runs. They'll get runs. And I'll look on Twitter, it's like, yo, they're getting stomped out. Yo, it's over, son. Yo. But I'm like, yo, everybody has a run. And one team will be going on a run, and then it switches up. Another team will go on a run. The difference is who can go on the run longer, and not just on offense. Who can have many stops? Who can put the pressure and get these quick, takeaways and turnovers, these quick little picks where Jamal Murray's like snatching the ball out, right? That's who's gonna win. Is who can be on top of both sides of the ball. I just said something so redundant. It's like, duh, Dre. Whoever has the best defense and offense is gonna win. I know, but that's truly how it is. And even if one team is struggling, they gotta bounce back. They can't be scared to shoot. And that they'll win. They'll win. And this series, all of the playoffs have just been so sweet. We have been blessed to have a great postseason in the NBA. I'm sad to see it end here in a couple weeks, but I'm excited to see what Wembanyama does, and hopefully he stays healthy throughout summer, and hopefully we get to see him play. Probably not preseason, but hopefully we get to see him suit up in a Spurs uniform and see him early October. We'll see. Well, I guess it'll be early November, because usually season starts around Halloween. I know that was long and redundant. Let's jump into questions.
Hey, Dre, would you calm down for a moment and just let me talk? Just at this point, you're just rambling. All right. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Will Wonder, and I have a podcast called The Will Wonder Pod. I know, super original name, but I promise you'll love it. We talk sports, we talk music, and generally have some really interesting interviews with people that are doing some really cool things. So make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcast. Once again, that is the Will Wonder Pod. All right, Dre, go on about your business, whatever the fuck you were talking about.
If you're a sports athlete looking for a mouthguard to protect your pearly whites, look no further than All Sports Mouthguards.
All Sports Mouthguards, located in West Jordan, Utah. Come visit us, 1385 West, 9000 South in West Jordan, Utah. We offer high quality, made in the USA, custom molded and custom designed mouthguards.
385-240-4666 is the number for questions. If you want to leave a voice note or leave a text message, you can do that. Just save the number in your phone. And Questions is powered by the good folks over at a bar named Sue. Catch live music, sports events, and UFC pay-per-views at a bar named Sue, 8136 South State Street. UFC 289 Nunez versus Aldana going down Saturday, June 10th. That's this Saturday, 8136 South State Street. You can find more at abarnamedSue.com. First question comes from Johnny Dapper on Instagram. He said, yo, do you give DJ lessons? Woo, that's a loaded question. No, I'm not a DJ teacher. There are DJ schools, the Herc, downtown Salt Lake City. They do a great job out here. Other guys like DJ Matty Mo, DJ Bangarang. I know I've seen their posts sometimes. They do some classes and things like that. Me, I'm not that guy. But what I am is a guy with 2 turntables, a mixer, and Serato. I can show you, but I wouldn't say that I DJ, I do lessons or anything like that. If you come to the studio or whatever and you're like, yo, can you show me something? Yeah, let's set it up. I'll show you how to blend some records, right? But by no means am I like a professor in DJing. I would leave that up to the professionals, the real professionals. I sound like I clown myself every time I talk about DJing. I feel like I'm a good DJ, but I feel like I'm not. I guess I don't have confidence saying that I'm a teacher, I guess I would say. But I can show you what I know. I mean, it's just like anything else that I do, whether if it's podcasting, YouTube content, being a content creator in general, taking pictures, graphic design, whatever it is. I'm not the best at it. I can get by. You know what I mean? Everything that you see me do, I do myself. So any commercials you hear and all this other stuff, like I create them. And that just comes from me taking a little bit of what I know and learning and applying it to my own stuff, right? Working with Cypher Sounds has been incredible because a lot of things that he's asking for, I'm implementing in my own stuff, right? So if you want to learn anything from me, if you have questions for me, just reach out. You know what I mean? I'm always willing to help out as much as I can and given the knowledge that I have. You know what I mean? Anything you want to know, that's why I created the question segment. Anything you want to know, reach out to me, let me know. And if it's something more of like personal in the line of getting started on a project or something like that, I can do consultations. Reach out to me. Let me know. So to answer your question, yes, I can show you how to DJ or at least get started. Good question. Thank you, Johnny. Amanda Weaver in Texas. Shout out to Amanda. Why y'all hating on me keeping my license? Keeping the money for Utah. So on Unrestricted with Fonzie, G Poppy Funk, and Angel, one of the questions was, is it P to keep your license plate purposely even when you move a different state, right? So Amanda, she recently moved to Texas, so she said, hey, I'm keeping my Utah license plate. Means something to me, which means she probably has an address here in Utah. So no hate. I love it. I think it's cool, but at the same time, like, it seems like a lot of work just to keep a license plate. Thank you for the question, Amanda. All right, host Beefy, craziest thing you've witnessed DJing. So, and shout out to Beans and Rice Podcast. Go check them out. Now you hear the ads. Craziest thing that I've seen DJing, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I wasn't DJing, but I was on stage. No, I was DJing. I was with Jello. Yeah, I was. Oh, shoot. We were at Club Bay, the Bay in Salt Lake City, right off of 4th South, I think it is, 4th South and West Temple, right on the corner. They used to have a swimming pool out in the back, and now it's like a restaurant. Melise, I think it's Cafe Melise, I believe. But we were DJing, and it was oh my gosh, who's the Bay Area artist? Not Jay Diggs. Oh my gosh, he passed away. Oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind. Not Jay Stalin. The Jacka. It was the Jacka. And I want to say Yuckmouth was there. Is it Jacka and the Yuckmouth, I believe? And we're DJing. And all of a sudden, whoa. There was an event that happened before. I think there was a fight in the back. Show kept going. one of my bros, when he was on stage with me, a water bottle gets thrown onto the stage. It hits in the eye. And goes, man, I think they shot me. I was like, you got hit in the face with a water bottle. He gets shot. And he's like, yo, did I get shot? And now, like, hindsight, I laugh, but in the moment, I'm like terrified. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm looking and seeing on the crowd who's throwing the water bottle, because I seen it come. I don't think seen it coming. Pause. And it hit him. And as soon as it hit him, I seen him like kind of like turn around. I was like, you good? He's like, man, I got shot. I was like, no, you did it. So I'm looking. I can't see who threw it. I seen the water bottle leave the crowd, but I can't see who threw it. So I make sure is good. And then like right after that, like 10 seconds later, there's like a melee and a guy runs over to the side of the stage where the stairs is at. And he lets off like 3 or 4 rounds. Pop, 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 pop. He actually might have clipped, it might have been 5 rounds. I think he clipped a revolver because there was no shell casings anywhere. Pop, 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 right into the air. Just pop, 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 pop. That's it. And as that's happening, as the shots are ringing off, I jump on this girl named Nolly. If you were in Salt Lake City, she was a model. She used to model out here in Salt Lake City. Really cool chick, Nolly. She used to model for our, I think she did some work with dogamount.com, I believe. So I jump on her and I'm like, yo, like, I don't know I don't even think I meant to jump on her. I just think it kind of just fell on top of her. And like hindsight, I'm like, damn, she's probably like, get this nasty smelling, sweaty DJ off of me. But, shit, if I would have got shot, I would have saved her life. All while the shots are, and it's slow. I don't know why. I don't know if you ever been in a shootout, maybe this happened to you. But as the shots are ringing off, it feels like the longest time. It feels like time stopped in between shots. And I'm looking up and I see DJ Jello, and he's grabbing his laptop, making sure his laptop doesn't get shot. And I pull him down. I'm like, get your ass down. Fuck your laptop. I pull him down, and the shots stop. And then the dude ran off. And Jack is still on the other side of the stage. And my boy, he's right there with me. Star had an old camera. And I don't know if he has the footage. I don't know. But there was a lot of cameras in that place, and I'm surprised nobody talked about this. It wasn't a big thing afterwards. But I hope I just didn't dime out my boy. Maybe I should edit that. Edit point 38. I'm gonna text myself. But I don't know. Maybe I see if I got the footage. I don't know. But it was that was a crazy experience. That had happened while I was DJing. I mean, another one, I've always had crazy experiences. I've seen girls and dudes like get busy off in the corner, dude getting domed right there, like in the club. Like, that's pretty wild to me. A lot of things have happened in my time of DJing, but that would probably be the craziest one, is the shootout. Thank goodness, nobody got hurt. There was no ricochet, nothing. Everybody went home safe. The next day, I actually took the Jacka to in Jared. It was my boy. Maybe I should edit all of this, all the names. I should probably edit out. My boy Jared. It was his show, and he actually was in San Diego at the time. So he was like, "Yo, Dre, can you take the Jacka to the airport?" So I was like, "What? Of course. Like, I'll take Jacka to the airport." So I pick up Jacka from his hotel room, and I take him. I'm in the Dogamount U92 van, bobbing through Salt Lake with the Jacka in my car, in the van. Take him to the airport, all while we're having like great conversation. You know, Jack was a cool dude, and just shortly after that event, Jacka had passed away. So that moment in time, that whole thing, because this is at the height of the Bay Area, like we're like, Salt Lake's like the cousins of the Bay Area. We had a lot of influences come through from the Bay. The Bay's always got a lot of love when they come out here, and to meet with Jack and have Jack talk so highly of the city and be appreciative of us, it was just like really dope. And you know, me and Jack, we had a really good conversation from in just that little time that I took him to the airport. Great conversation. Now, if it was 2023, best believe I would have been like, Jack, I'm gonna set up the cameras. I'm gonna get the microphones, and we're gonna have a podcast on our way to the airport. Definitely. But and that was a cool moment, and it took that shooting to happen for me to have the opportunity to meet the Jack and have that personal one-on-one conversation with him, because I think there was supposed to be a driver and something happened. I think they got scared with the shooting, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that was probably the wildest moment. Dre, edit all that other stuff out, please. Don't forget.
This is one of the biggest moments of your life. Walking across that stage, getting that diploma, seeing the smiling faces, people tearing up all because of you. You got to be presentable, right? Well, before you cross that stage, make sure you get cut up right with Boogie Down Barbershop. Whether if you just need a haircut, your beard worked on, your eyebrows done, we got you. Because this most important part of your life deserves to be remembered in style. Book your appointment right now at boogiedownbarbershop.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Boogie Down Barber.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is Host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
The name says it all.
You know my name.
This is Are You Dumb?
All these dummies, I gotta call you out. Yes, I do. A Canadian woman catches a pair of witches holding a carcass-eating ritual on her security cameras. Whew. In Canada. If you haven't seen this, you gotta go check it out. Just Google it, YouTube it. A woman literally had cameras in her backyard set up to where she can catch the animals in the wild, right? It's Canada. So she'll see a bear, a moose walk by. She wants to look and see what's going on, right? Well, she catches two women naked eating a deer carcass. Yeah, all part of some weird witch craft. Like, think about that. Think about you looking at your Ring doorbell and all of a sudden you just catch two people eating an animal. Like, what do you do? Like, I think you gotta set up some traps or something, right? What if these women, this was like a sacrifice type of thing, and now next thing you know, you have like poltergeist stuff happening in your house, all these witches. Ship them off to Salem. Salem, they still do like sacrifice witches, right? That's what they do that, right? Kind of crazy. What else happened? Ooh, oh my goodness. This happened today, actually. Apple debuts a mixed reality Vision Pro headset with whopping $3,499 price tag. First major product launch in a decade. So, unlike a computer, Vision Pro won't require a mouse, keyboard. Instead, users will interact with their visual displaying virtual displays using voice commands, their eyes, and their hands. A small dial included into the headset will allow them to adjust the opacity of what they see versus reality, right? So here's my thing. When they released this, I watched a couple of the clips of the town hall, whatever, and these goggles, we've seen them with the Meta Pro, right? With the Oculus and things like that. The technology has been there. The technology has been there with augmented reality. So similar to like Snapchat, when you open up like a Snapchat or YouTube or Instagram, and you can play Pokemon Go, right? You can move your camera and you see things that's not really there. It's the same thing with this technology. Now, here's the thing that I instantly thought about. With a price tag of over $3,500, this thing might replace a lot of what you do at home. Now, what I mean by that is your television. If you got these goggles on, you could literally, and this is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if this is exactly how it works, but from the presentation of what I've read, you can literally put a TV anywhere and it be there. So if you wanted a TV in your bathroom, right? You can literally go to whatever app it is. Let's say it's YouTube. Say you want to watch YouTube while you're taking a shit. Well, you could take that, you can make YouTube appear, shorten that screen and place it anywhere while you can still see your bathroom. It's the transparency between what's reality and what's virtual. And I think that's incredible. Because now think about these people that work with 3 or 4 monitors. When I'm at work, I use 4 monitors at the radio station, right? 4 computer monitors. Now, what if the technology has all of the programs downloaded into it and I pick how many screens I want up at one time? Now I can control all 4 of those just like they're really there. They're really not, though. All from the goggles. This thing is incredible. This thing is crazy incredible. Think about other companies that can they could do like a yard sale. They could drop let's say somebody like a Foot Locker, right? We're having a special back to school sale. They set up discount sneakers out front of the school. You put on those goggles, you go to the school, you can shop right there. Or maybe you don't even, maybe you just use Google Maps and then you like drop yourself there. I don't know. There's so much with this technology that I instantly think of, will it replace a lot of the technology that we already use? I don't know. I have no idea, but this thing looks like a game changer. We know Apple don't miss. Please tell me one thing Apple missed on. And all the Android users out there, do not say the iPhone. Go sit in your corner. Go chill with your little green dude, right? Go over there. Go chill over there. This ain't for you. Apple literally is the toilet paper of phones, right? We don't know other brands in tissue, right? Like tissue, like the Clorox, I mean, not Clorox, Kleenex. Kleenex is like tissue, you know what I mean? Or Coke. Yo, it could be a root beer. I'm like, yo, hand me a Coke. You know what I mean? Like these things, there's certain brands and certain things that just take over everything. And Apple is one of them. And this new goggle thing, I'm telling you right now, what they are about to do is gonna change technology. I don't want to say forever, but it's going to change something that is going to change the way people work and their workflow and their work process and what they do. It is. I'm excited for it. 3,500 though. That's spendy. That's whew. I mean, you gotta think about the Oculus is only 500. So, but the Oculus is also, from my understanding, more game based, right? With this, what do they call it? Vision Pro. With the Vision Pro, it's also, it seems like this is like just a life enhancer. Same way that they brought the Fitbit, right? The same way that you use those Apple Watches, where it's just a part of you. It feels like this Vision Pro is going to be a part of you, where you can literally wear it night and day and night, and you choose what to see, because you'll still be able to see reality, but it just enhances it. Who knows? What if it links? You know, we all have Apple car. What is it called? Apple Play for your car, where you have your Apple iPhone in your car, where you don't have to do anything but just talk to your phone. What if they have that for Vision Pro, but instead of having to look at your display, it's already on there. You already see in the bottom corner that, yo, you're going this amount of speed. Or you got GPS in the top corner of your goggles. Oh my goodness. Whew. Game changer. I'm going to follow this really closely because I'm excited to see what happens, how it happens. It's also scary though, because what happens if those get hacked? What if a hacker gets into it and shows and displays a message? You know how we get Amber Alerts? Your phone goes crazy. Amber Alert. No matter what you do, you don't even have a Amber Alert setting. Every phone in America will go off at the same time or within a certain radius if there's an an Amber Alert. I've been there. I've been in the store, and all of a sudden, all the phones are going off on command. Now, what if your goggles get hacked? And now all of a sudden, a vision comes up, and it's like, yo, y'all got 30 minutes, and then there's nuclear fallout. Mass hysteria. And with this AI now, it could be the president giving that message, but it's not really the president. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad that can come with this thing. I'm going to follow it, though, because I'm very interested to see how this thing works out. All right. Jennifer Aniston. We all know Jennifer Aniston. Friends. What else is she in? She's in mad stuff, but I don't remember. Jennifer Aniston embracing her gray hair. Jennifer Aniston is earning praises on Instagram for embracing her natural silver strands in a post announcing the latest launch of her hair product line. So, I'm telling you, I always say this. You are your best market. Like, you are the marketer for yourself. I see a lot of these companies that hire their agencies and stuff to market who they are. I'm like, why? You know who you are. You know what's going on, right? Start your podcast, start your YouTube channel, start your online content, gain a nice social media presence. You don't need these other people to do it. Create your own team within your company. Now that might be a weird way of thinking, but look at Jennifer Aniston. She's a star. I created my own hair brand. I'm gonna show you my real self by shocking the internet. Yeah, I'm old. I'm 50 something years old, but I don't look like it. You could look like me if you take my hair products. And for $34.99, you can have this hair too. Not stupid at all. Great marketing, great advertising, great shock appeal. The Kardashians have been doing it, right? Jordan did it with his sneakers. Like, own your brand, own your product, right? You do it. Man, shout out to Jennifer Aniston for leading the way with that. 54 years old. That's crazy. Ain't that something? Own your marketing, man. Do the damn thing. Oh man, what else happened? Hold on, real quick. Good sweet taste of Vizzies. Phil Knight, the co-founder of Nike, has reportedly tried to reach the late Paul Allen's sister in hopes of buying the Portland Trailblazers. But the late Microsoft co-founder's siblings refused to take the call. Phil Knight. If you have seen Phil Knight lately, he is not looking too good. I don't know if this is like a last play for generational wealth. I mean, you already got billions upon billions. But if you own the Blazers have... I feel like Paul Allen, he did some cool things. He did some really cool things at first, and since his passing, God bless the dead. I feel like it's almost time to pass the baton. Now to Phil Knight, I don't know, but Phil Knight, I feel like Phil Knight is a feeling person, and I feel like he would make a certain move in the organization that could help bring Portland a championship finally. When the Blazers make it so far and then they drop, and then they make it so far and then they drop, they need to switch some things up, and maybe that's ownership. You know what I mean? So according to Forbes, the Trailblazers are worth close to $2.1 billion. Sell the Blazers, get them to Phil Knight. Let Phil Knight work his magic. Let him get people, do his thing. He has an advisory board they know what they're doing. It's Nike. We seen what happened with Air, even though that was 1980 something. We seen Air. We know what's going on over there. And they've been winning ever since. So let my man buy a team, man. Take his call. I think what might have happened is Paul Allen might have told his siblings, because he didn't have no kids. He didn't have no kids, no wife. He was a lonely nerd that started Microsoft with Bill Gates. And when you have that much money, you're solitaire, and you might have a little envy in you, because Portland, Oregon is not a big, it's a big state, but it's not a big city. And when you have Nike and you have Microsoft, or co-owner of Microsoft, co-founder of Microsoft, both rich as hell, in the same room, there might be some tension. And who knows, Paul Allen might have been like, yo, you've been trying to buy my Blazers for a while now. I'm not giving it to you, Phil. And Phil might have been like, come on, Paul, let me get the Blazers. He's like, go fuck yourself, Paul. He's like, come on, man. And don't you remember a guy named Jordan? I found him. Remember when you guys fucked up by getting Sam Bowie? Yeah, let me correct that wrong. Let me buy the Blazers. Paul Allen's like, fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, Phil. You ain't getting nothing. Even on his deathbed, he told his sister, allegedly, don't you ever sell to that motherfucker, Phil. Don't you ever sell to Phil. And he croaks over. And now in 2023, Phil's on that deathbed. Ooh, that sounded so bad. He's not on his deathbed. I take that back. But now Phil's like, yo, Paul Allen's sister, what's up with the Blazers? Your brother ain't here. Let me get the Blazers. And she's like, I ain't taking his call. Because I know if I pick up and he says, yo, I got $3 billion on him, hey, sell. Venmo me right now. Sell the Blazers.
Hey, yo, you're probably listening to the Unrestricted Podcast with Drerawka.
We are?
No, they are.
Yeah, oh, right.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the real Ruby. You can catch me and Fonzie and the
Funk.
G Daddy Funk on Late Talk 81 Podcast.
Yeah, but I think you have to come in more smoother, more funnier. Like, yeah, they could catch us on the Lake Talk 801 podcast.
Yeah, y'all can catch us on the Lake Talk 801.
Yeah, and be like, and yeah, man, hey, and they could catch people like me, the real Ruby, and people like you, Fonzie, and people like him, G Daddy Funk, on the Lake Talk 801. Who cares?
What did he say?
Huh?
I didn't hear him.
I don't know, but this probably should be the ad.
Are these on?
Catch a new episode every Monday on all streaming platforms. The Lake Talk 801. Tune in now.
Man, you know what sounds really good? Just some chips and salsa.
You want the best salsa ever? Get yourself some Sauce Up Salsa at sauceupsalsa.com. Fresh fire roasted salsa, fresh ingredients, fresh produce made just for you.
All right, that's it. That's all your bitch ass gets.
All right, a little bit of an aggressive episode. That's all you get. It's been another Isolation20 Podcast with me, Drerawka, number 80. I hope you had a great day. I hope you keep fighting for what you believe in. Keep going after the dreams that you want to conquer. Don't waste no time. Go start it. There's never the perfect time to start anything. Go start it now. Whatever that thing is, believe in yourself. And if you have a team, believe in your team. But be leery. Not all teams last or succeed. I shouldn't say that because some of them do. But most of the time, people they see a shiny thing and they get excited about it, right? And then they see that shiny thing took a lot of hard work to be that shiny thing and it needs maintenance. Well, who's going to maintenance it? You have to, right? And shining a thing that has doled up a little bit takes some elbow grease. It takes a little work. And sometimes people quit mid-buffer. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I don't know what that means, but keep it in mind. Allrock.com. You can still buy shirts, hoodies. Maybe it's cold where you're at. Regardless, I got you covered. Allrock.com. I think we're going to do those Hip Hop 50 t-shirts. So be on the lookout for that. I'll try to get those out before the end of June. I think that'd be really cool. Again, I'll be at a bar named Sue, 8136 South State Street this Saturday, June 10th for UFC 289. Nunez versus Aldana. That should be fun. Come on out. And then I'll be at the Maverick. I'll be at, where am I at? Oh, the Mountain America Center, June 24th for Fierce Fighting Championship number 26. Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. Kent Mafaleo defending his world title. Is it a world title? Yeah, I mean, people from all over the world fight in Fierce Fighting Championship. We had a dude from Canada come and fight. So, yeah, he's defending his world title, heavyweight world title. You know, he's the number 1 ranked heavyweight in Utah, and he's like number 14 in the nation. 41 in the nation out of like 300 or something guys. So, pretty incredible. It's a pretty incredible stat. We got somebody here that is doing great things, and I'm always about being on supporting people that are putting in the work. You know what I mean? And I see Kent just putting in the work. So definitely go get tickets, fiercefightingchampionship.com. If you can't make the trip over to Idaho, there is the pay-per-view event available on the website. You can go and stream the pay-per-view, and you can also stream previous pay-per-views on fiercefightingchampionship.com. Go run up the numbers on that unrestricted episode with Angel, Fonzie, and G Poppy Funk. That was a lot of fun. Drop a comment. If you're listening on a streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff, drop a review. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. 5-star. Show your boy some love. I never tell you that because I always forget. But I was told, hey, Dre, tell them to review your stuff. Review it. If you're on YouTube, go subscribe, hit a like, comment, share. That's all free. It doesn't cost you anything to hit like, comment, and all that good stuff and share it. Doesn't cost you a thing. So definitely it helps. You know what I mean? It helps for future sponsors and ad space. It helps to see the engagement from you. So please continue to support. Please continue to show love. And if you are somebody that maybe has a project dropping, I have a lot of musical artists that listen to this podcast. And I'm like, yo, this is straight to the consumer. So if you want to purchase some ad space here, maybe you got a new single coming out, or maybe you got a new album coming out, new music video, regardless, buy some ad space here. You can get it seen. All right, I'm done talking. I'm going to go home, probably eat a sandwich, edit this thing up, get it out for you. Have the night you deserve, and always protect your light. We out. Peace.